Hello, everybody, and welcome to the MGTOW Academy Show live. I am, of course, your host, MGTOW Academy. Who else would be your host? The local time is 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're just going to go ahead and wait a bit for our viewers to come in. Right, the audio is working apparently. So, um, we're going to wait for some viewers to come in. We got some interesting articles that we're going to cover tonight, and for those of you who are listening to this as a podcast, like as a as in not live, like post recording date, check the episode information box, and I should have a time mark as to like when we actually start covering content. So you can go ahead and skip to that part. But right now, we're just gonna wait for our viewers to come in. We got some interesting stories to cover. I even found another one. It involves fish taco scented perfume. I know that sounds ridiculous, but we have some interesting stories to cover here tonight on the show, guys. By the way, it is also, excuse me, it's also the 1 year anniversary for the MGTOW Academy YouTube channel. That's right. Exactly 1 year ago, June 15th, 2017, I made one of the best decisions of my life by deciding to upload a video to a YouTube channel that I called MGTOW Academy. And once you look at that, a year later, we're still here. We're still going strong. And I've grown into a much bigger and better channel. And I just really would like to say thank you to all my 633 subscribers and all those viewers who are always, there to support me and all that. I really do appreciate your support, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on any podcast platform, whether it's on Twitter or wherever I am. Your support, it's greatly appreciated. It's the motivation that keeps me going. By the way, in the last stream, I had some people asking me if there was like a place to donate to the MGTOW Academy, and there is a Patreon. I have it in the description box. So if you guys want to donate, you're more than welcome to. It's not necessary, but once again, you're more than welcome to. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the first story. Okay. This was actually pretty cool. I have a bunch of them. I really do have a bunch of them. I'm not sure which one. I have so many that I'm not sure which one I should do first. By the way, if you guys ever want to join the stream, if you guys have any topics you want me to discuss, go ahead and let me know. But let's go ahead and get working. So okay, we'll do this one. It's actually this pretty cool article. Oh, hey, Bobby Steidle. Thanks for joining the stream. Bobby Steidle says, as time goes by, there will be an increase in viewing, and you are the best. Your fan and your MGTOW brother. All right, thank you, Bobby. Your continued support, it's greatly appreciated. Now, we have a bunch of stories and articles that we're going to cover tonight. And another interesting one that I found, it was actually surprisingly interesting. It was about how women, like, it showed 14 ways that women get our attention. And it's like a list. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 2 on the list, it involves using their natural perfume. And they just basically stick their hand between their legs and wipe it. It's just weird, and it just shows you that they are aware of their ability to capture men's attention and all that. So we're going to cover that story after we cover this. So let's go ahead and jump right into the article. I need to type it in. It's an interesting thing. It's called micro cheating. And once again, I am typing with one hand, so please do bear with me because I have like a microphone. It's a very nice microphone, and I love it. Except that I gotta like hold it up to my mouth, because if I set it on the desk, this is what it sounds like. I'm not even sure if you guys can hear me, so I gotta hold the microphone up to my hand and do everything else with one hand. Okay, so this was by the BBC. I always try to use BBC to cover articles because they're just more trustworthy than other sources. Even if they're biased, they're still more trustworthy. But let's go ahead and jump right into the article. When does micro cheating become actual cheating? Is it possible to be unfaithful just a little bit? Okay, so let me get this straight. So I thought it was just you're faithful or you're cheating. Like I thought that there was a fine line. Okay, I can't show you a line, but I thought that there was like a fine line between being faithful and cheating. But now apparently micro cheating is something. You can imagine a conversation going on, with Generation Z couples. And by the way, that's actually a thing. Generation Z couples, they're gonna be like, that's gonna be a thing soon. Like Generation Z couples, they're gonna be getting married soon. So that's something that you want to be aware of. All right, so that's gonna be interesting. But that's like another topic for another time. But seriously though, imagine that in the future there's this conversation, and then the wife's like, "Oh, honey, I'm micro cheating with our neighbor. It's okay. I still love you. It's micro cheating. It's okay, honey. It's just micro. It's not actual cheating. It's micro cheating." This is a bit confusing, and there is some there are those parts of this article that make you go, well, yeah, I can see why, but that still doesn't excuse it. But let's go ahead and cover the article so you guys actually understand what I'm talking about. All right, so once upon a time, cheating was all about lipstick on the collar, the smell of perfume on a lapel, or an incriminating receipt in a trouser pocket. Even with the dawn of social media, there were clear clues. A full-on kiss in a party photograph, or someone checking in somewhere that they shouldn't be. But now, in an age of dating apps and direct messages, things are a lot more complicated. Enter micro-cheating, the latest buzzword in the realm of infidelity. As the name suggests, it's all about things you might think that aren't naughty, but can be. And therein lies the dilemma. If it can include subtle actions, how do we define micro-cheating? And can there really be a thing such as cheating, but only a little bit? Guys, share your thoughts on this whole micro cheating stuff in the live chat, because I want to hear your guys' thoughts. My thoughts. Oh boy, it's just it goes to show how like couples, they're literally pushing it to the limit. Like they're trying to stay in a relationship, but they're also trying to cheat. Like that's what it looks like to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so Bobby Seidel says BBC, they're not serious when it comes to facts. Yeah, microcheating. Well, I mean, all news sources are going to be biased, and I understand that, and understand, if you understand how biased information is put out there, it does get really scary, because you learn about how funding, like the advertisers and the funders for different companies or news organizations, it actually affects how information is put out there. And it's hard to find an unbiased source these days. And of course, I wouldn't be surprised if BBC puts out they don't put out false information. I know that, but they still would put out biased information. But they don't put out false information. I know that. So that's why I try to use them, because I mean, all the news sources suck to a certain extent, but they're the best of all the other options. But let's continue reading. All right, so yes, says Dr. Martin Graff, a professor of psychology at the University of South Wales, who is something of an expert. He wrote about this modern dating dilemma in a recent article for a psychology journal, explaining how infidelity has evolved as we live more of our lives online. Dr. Graff defines micro-cheating as any act or behavior by someone in a relationship which might suggest to a third party that they are emotionally or physically available. Before smartphones, micro-cheating might have been the sneaky removal of a wedding ring before a night out, but in the digital age, it's easier than ever to signal someone that you're available. Anything from deep liking, which is where you go back to someone's Instagram feed and you like their very old post, to sending sly direct messages. I believe that's pronounced Nishi Hogston, who has written a book about the history of dating, agrees that micro-cheating is a new name for old behavior. Even as far back as the 18th century, people were flirting via inappropriate letters or revealing inappropriate thoughts in their diaries, she says. What has changed is that we now have the tools which make it far easier to commit micro-cheating than ever before. Oh, okay. So, basically, it's just easier for women to get more dick. Got it. All right. Hey, Bville, how are you? Thank you for joining the stream. Okay, Bobby Seidel says the only micro I know is microbiology. And then let's go ahead and read what Bville said in the live chat. Hi, have you read or heard of The War Against Boys by Christina Hoff Sommers? It's an infuriating book because of its revelations. Yes, I haven't read the book, but I've heard of the book, and I'm familiar with the basic concepts surrounding and how boys and masculinity in general is being attacked, and how girls are put, they're usually favored over boys. Basically, girls get opportunities at the expense of boys, if that's the right way to word it. So I am familiar with the concepts surrounding the war against boys, the war on masculinity, the war against men. I get that, but I haven't read the actual book. And if there's a way that I can get it, I would love to read that book. Yeah, feminists are deliberately emotionally abusing boys in school and handicapping their education. Absolutely. And not just that, the school system has many problems, and on top of that, the school, I'm pretty sure that now boys, they're just not allowed to be boys anymore. There's not many more competitive games allowed in school. We're not allowed to play that kind of stuff like dodgeball. I love that game, even though I wasn't the best, but I still had fun. And it's not about bullies, it's about good sportsmanship. That has nothing to do with boys. All right, even though I wasn't the best at dodgeball, I wasn't too bad at it, but I wasn't the best. But I still had tons of fun because it was a competitive game. But now we don't have that stuff anymore. And then zero tolerance. It basically it's a policy that protects bullies. To sum it up in a sentence, it's pretty stupid. I've never been in a fight, but if someone ever attacks me or does something, I will not hesitate to knock the living crap out of them. How about that? All right. Bobby Seidel says, "Why don't they call it micro since it's not really coming?" What a farce! Oh man. Well, it's just to be honest with you, it just looks like it's a way for people to push the boundaries of relationships. It's like they're really pushing the boundaries. Like it's really ridiculous. And I understand that the article said that this has been like a thing that's been going on for a while now, but now it's a bit different, okay? Because now it's harder to tell if somebody's quote unquote micro cheating, and it's really pushing the boundaries on relationships. And you can imagine a conversation between a future couple going something along the lines of, "Oh, honey, I'm just micro cheating with the neighbor. I'm going to go over to his house now and just micro cheat with him. I'm going to go micro cheat with him." It's okay. It's not actual cheating. It's micro cheating. You know why? Because it's a micro. It's not important. Yeah, that's just stupid. It's either you're faithful or you're a cheater. That's how I view it. Okay, you're really pushing the boundaries, and that's just my personal view. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know. This is my personal views. And then Beeville said, "Hence, female applications to college now outnumber males by 50%. And of course, you'll never hear them consider this situation a problem." That's absolutely right. And for those of you who've been following me on Twitter and all that good stuff, you are aware that I've been working on my upcoming podcast to kick off season 2 of the MGTOW Academy Show, the Silent Male Suicide Epidemic. Excuse me, Silent Male Suicide Epidemic. And I was looking into why, the reasons behind why men's problems are ignored. And it's because our problems are viewed at, we are all familiar with the concept that men are viewed as the disposable gender in society. We're familiar with that concept, okay? And I can actually pull up the notes right now. Let me see if I can pull them up real quick because I have more thoughts on there. I'm trying to find it. Okay, so basically, men, they're viewed as the disposable gender, right? And whenever they have problems, no one really cares about it. All right, we are portrayed poorly in the media. We're always portrayed as bad parents, clumsy, stupid idiots, and then we're even the false assertion that the perpetrators of domestic violence are usually men. That's also portrayed in there. So society, they're getting a fairly bad view on men in general. All right, and then we are the disposable gender. Okay, and society, they don't really care if a man dies. If a man dies, well, okay, then another man's gonna come in and fill his place. All right, if a woman gets divorced, no big deal. The government can take care of it. All right, if a man gets killed on the job, which is, by the way, most likely going to happen compared to a woman, because men do lead work-related deaths. So if a man dies on a construction job or whatever, no one cares because he's going to get replaced. And remember, we're the disposable gender. Why would you care? Okay, imagine this. It's like worrying about an issue that you're having with a disposable item, like a disposable item that you have, like, I don't know, reusable coffee cups or something. If something's wrong with it, you won't really care that much because it's disposable. You don't need, you're just gonna get another one. It's disposable, so no one cares. We are the disposable gender. Nobody's gonna care if we're leading suicides, which we are by a very high, alarmingly high rate. No one's gonna care if we are significantly lower in college applications. No one's gonna care because we are the disposable gender. Okay, we are disposable. One of us dies, another one's gonna come in and fill our place. That's why no one cares. All right. So I hope that kind of puts things into perspective as to why why society doesn't care about the problems that men face. And it is of course a big deal. And I understand that. That's the whole reason that I have this channel set up here. All right. But no one cares, honestly. And yeah, we might see some change in the future, but still not going to be that much. That's just my opinion. Okay. Because remember, we are the disposable gender. So let me continue reading the comments. Okay, so Bville also added in the live chat. They just come up with all kinds of excuses as to why it should be that way. Can you tell us any personal experiences along those lines in school? Your perspective could make a valuable contribution. Okay. So I'm gonna go. Okay, so for those of you who are like listening to this as a podcast after this is archived, a viewer just asked in the live chat if I could like share some experiences in school that sort of like are related to like school, quote unquote, emasculating boys. So first of all, when I was in middle school, I'm going to high school next year, but when I was in middle school, we would have to like sit down in gym class, right? And this is just a simple thing, but it did give girls a privilege or whatever. We would like have to sit down at the end of gym class, and then the girls, they would get to go to the locker room first, and then the boys would go last. And well, you see about that, it didn't exactly go to plan because me and my friends, we told the coaches that we changed our gender, and we were obviously playing along, but we wanted to see if it will work. So we told the coaches that we sexually identified as women in third period, that we changed our gender to women in third period. And then they said it works. Like, okay, well that's just like that's sexist, But I mean, we were joking around, having a good time. We don't care if we go last or first. We don't care. That's just petty stuff, or not petty. That's little stuff. We don't care. All right, but we were just having fun out of that kind of stuff, right? So there's that. And I don't really have any more. I know stories of friends who have experienced the emasculating part in school. Like, okay, so like whenever there's a fight, both people get punished equally. That's called zero tolerance policy. And basically what happens is if you get attacked by somebody and you like, let's say a guy comes up and he starts beating you up or whatever, he puts you into a chokehold. What are you gonna do? What I would do if a guy put me into a chokehold, I would get out of the chokehold and beat him up. Not try to kill him, beat him up so that he's like immobilized and so that he can't hurt me anymore. He is a threat to me, and I will take care of that threat. I don't care if I get suspended. I don't care. My safety comes first, not what the school says. All right. So like, you might hear stuff along the lines of, it doesn't matter who started it. Let me tell you something, guys. It actually does matter who started it. Okay. If you're minding your own business and a guy comes up and starts hurting you or assaulting you or beating you up, that is a problem. He is the one who initiated it. I don't know how people just conform to that garbage. I don't get it. Okay. If somebody attacks you or hurts you or punches you, whatever, you're going to punch them back. Okay. Because it doesn't matter. It's like one punch is equal to 100 punches in, according to school logic, So basically school protects bullies. And, you hear stuff all the time of how like the school teachers and whatever, the administration, they say, if somebody's bullying you, come tell us. No, don't tell them, because they're not going to do anything. They're just going to say, they're going to give them some verbal garbage about why you shouldn't bully. And that's it. That's it. You're not going to get anything else. They're not going to protect you. Okay? Understand that they're not going to protect you. Okay? It's just you. You got to defend yourself. And my personal advice, if it's possible, file a complaint to the police or some local law enforcement, because it in the state where I live in, and I'm pretty sure it's also legal in all other states, bullying is against the law. So take it to the police or some law or whatever and get it taken care of from there. Because the school system, well, it's owned by the government. And there's bound to be some things wrong there. And look, I'm not trying to sound like some privileged kid complaining about this and that. Look, I understand that I have access to a free education and all that, and that there are people around the world who don't, and they're literally willing to die for that. And I understand that. And I appreciate the fact that I have access to a free education. Don't get me wrong. But when the system fails to protect children, when it fails to educate them properly, that is when I have the right to complain. So I don't want to give off the vibe that I'm some privileged dude complaining about, free education. Well, I mean, yeah, I am, but like, it's not doing its job properly. Okay, school isn't just about learning your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. It's about learning to function in society. School is one of the most socially primitive environments that you will ever be in your entire life. Okay, that is how people develop their quote unquote people skills. All right, and if school is failing to teach, if it's failing to teach people that, hey, you shouldn't hurt people, then what do you expect? I mean, bullies, they're protected by schools. And I know that may sound ridiculous, but that's how things are. Okay. And like I said, I've never been in a fight, but this is based off of the stuff that I've looked up. And you can look it up for those of you who are watching, listening to this right now. You can look it up on Reddit yourselves. Look at all those stories or whatever of how bullies protect schools. Just go to Google right now or whatever and type in schools protect bullies, Reddit, and you'll find some stories on there. And it just shows it will infuriate you with how ridiculous that the education system is. It really will. It is ridiculous. All right, so let's see what else was like. I think that was about it. If you have any more specific questions regarding my experiences in school, I don't mind answering them. But yeah, so let's continue going on. Bobby's title says, if a man dies, it's like a tree falling in a foe. Exactly. Like I said, we're just with the disposable gender. If one of us die, oh no, a man died. Next replacement. Okay, big. Not like no one cares really. This podcast is the best. Thank you, Bob. So I do appreciate that. But okay, so let's not waste any more time on this article. By the way, guys, I have a really interesting article that I want to cover. Excuse me for a second. Oh no, where did my live chat go? I have a pretty cool article that I want to check out after we finish covering this one. Okay, good. For some strange reason, I can't monitor the live chat for some reason, but I fixed it. It's okay. It's okay. We fixed it. Okay, let's not waste any more time and continue on with this micro cheating thing. All right. So, where are we here? Okay, messaging an ex. All right. So, you're at a gig on a date with your partner. The support act turns out to be a favorite of your ex. You take a picture and text it to him or her. Fast forward 24 hours, they've replied and put a kiss at the end of their message. If you continue the conversation, are you cheating? I mean, geez, man, I don't know. It truly depends. Bobby Sales says, how can the schools be failing to teach? They don't teach. Exactly. And look, like I said earlier, I mean, I understand that I have access to a free education and all that, but still, there are many things wrong with that. And in addition to that, the teachers, they don't get treated the way they deserve to be treated. I know that the school system, that there are some horrible teachers out there and this, and I understand that. But not all teachers are mean or whatever you might think. You know, they can be the most influential people in your entire life. They can be the people who will help you get into a college or help you get a job or help you get an internship. Okay. I mean, teachers don't get the respect that they deserve. They have to put up with so much crap. They have to deal with cranky middle schoolers for a living. Okay. I respect that enough. Okay. I can't even stand the majority of middle schoolers, and they had to do this for a living. All right. And then, they have these okay, so there's these reviews, right, for teachers, and basically, whenever like they get paid based off of performance. It's called pay per performance, and it's where the teacher's salary is decided based on on the test scores of the students, and that's just stupid. Okay, if some students don't do their work, if they don't study for the test, they don't do their work, the teacher suffers. It's no wonder that teachers go bonkers whenever a class gets like the entire class gets a low test score. I mean, I don't blame them, you know. And then they have these tough reviews for the teachers that stresses them out. They have to deal with middle schoolers for a living. They have to deal with high school. They have to deal with students for a living. That's enough, right? Okay, that's enough. You don't have to add the stress to their job. But then, in addition to that, there's a standardized testing. You know, we got all these different companies that are trying to profit off of education. You know, and that's just how the world is becoming. Everything is becoming a profit. Even basic necessities of life are becoming a profit. Education. Okay, you don't need it to survive, but it is one of those necessities that you need to have in life. You need to learn. It's being profited off of by big companies. Houghton Mifflin Harcourt, for example, in the area where I live, they make the textbooks, they make the tests. College Board, they make the tests to get into high school and all that kind of stuff. We have Pearson. They profit off of it. They make these textbooks, they make the tests, and then they make profit off of this. And then, like I said, basic necessities of life like water, it's owned by big corporations. And that just goes to show you how companies practically own us these days. That's just the way that things are. Yeah. I know. Yeah. The best. I mean, teachers are doing their best. Okay, they're doing their best with the conditions that they're in, and I got to give them respect. Yeah, yeah. Bobby Sal said, "Teacher can give is to survive the school week." I know it's not easy just surviving one school week. They got to do this for a living, and I do feel bad for them. But we're gonna continue reading. And by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and look this up right now. 14. I'm trying to look up on. Give me a second, please. Okay. It was called 14 Women describe. We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna keep scrolling through this. Okay, so responding to an ex, right? The experts say there is nothing wrong with being in touch with exes, but you should always run at it by a current partner. The situation is fine if you aren't secretly angling for a reconciliation or if you're bored or in need of attention. A lot of people message their exes for a quick ego boost if they know that the ex might still harbor feelings for them. Okay, I see that. And then what else? Liking someone else's posts on social media. Oh man, I don't know why people like value social media so much. Like, I mean, I get it, but it's not that important. Like, it's a like, it's a heart, it's a whatever it is, whatever a like. I don't know, but it's not that valuable. I don't know why people value social media so much, but hey, that's just my opinion. You know, my opinion doesn't matter. All right, so let's continue reading. All right, so you're in bed, you've turned the lights out, but you can't sleep. Your thumb itches, and you start scrolling through Instagram. You start liking the posts of someone who, if you weren't in a relationship, would be very much your type. Then you do the same thing on your lunch break. And on the bus home, you leave a few emojis on the latest post, including a heart. And then the experts say people who feel insecure may be more bothered by this than others. And perhaps that's a sign that there is a bigger problem in their relationship. Liking people's posts isn't necessarily something to feel bad about, but if you were regularly liking the same person's post, that might be more of a concern. And then, then this building those platonic relationships online, friendships online. So you went on a holiday with a group of uni mates and had a big night out where you really bonded with one of them who was on your course. Becoming Facebook friends. People still use Facebook? Ew. Ugh. Becoming Facebook friends when you got back was the logical next step. From there, things have naturally progressed to following each other on Instagram, and suddenly on the bus home, you get a DM asking for your number. They want to talk to you about coursework. And I'm just saying it may not be about coursework, but hey, that's just my this is my opinion. May not be about coursework. Hey, but hey, who might have said that? So all right, yeah. So yeah, Bobby's title put it. He could have said any better. Social media is an addiction. It turns you into an egotistical monster. I mean, if you have a purpose for it, like you have something or like you need to promote or something, you need to stay connected with your fan base or viewer base or whatever it is. Like for MGTOW Academy's Twitter account, there's a reason for that. Okay, I don't really put out that much personal information out there. I do give out a little stuff, but not really. I have it. I filter that. I have a filter on that personal stuff, and the whole goal of MGTOW Academy having Twitter is to let you guys know that hey, I'm just not dead. I'm actually doing stuff for MGTOW Academy, even though I'm not uploading frequently. I still am. But okay, so let's see what the experts have to say about it. Okay, you got to be honest and decent about it. If you're in a stable relationship and you do these things, such as building a relationship with someone else or texting other people, it's out of order. Okay. Oh, what's not dating your profile on dating apps? Dating apps. Oh boy. Remember, dating apps, it's like a cock buffet for women because they have an endless supply of cock to choose from. They seriously do. They do. It's like going to a slave auction and literally seeing thousands of slaves in front of you, and then the woman gets to choose which one she wants. Except that it's the slaves who are willing to do it. Like that's just for that's what dating apps are like. Guys just put themselves out there, and then women have an endless buffet of dick to choose from. So just saying. All right, so we've all been there. After months of trawling dating apps, you are now several months into what seems to be a real life relationship. It's great, but you can't quite bring yourself to delete your dating apps yet. You even find yourself occasionally swiping when you're bored. What do the experts say? Okay, so not deleting your online dating profiles is completely inexcusable. It's also a power move to leave the other person anxious about the fact that you haven't deleted them. Okay. Fantasizing about someone else while having sex. Jeez, man, I just masturbate, but whatever. So you can't look at your new boss in the eye because last night while getting intimate with your partner, their face popped into your head. Happens to me when I jerk off. I think, and I think of people that I don't even want to think of when I jerk off. But hey, it happens. So it was completely unexpected. Although you had been answering work emails late that night in bed, and it startled you so much it put you off. This is 100% worse than that time you snogged Ryan Gosling, or is it Gosling, in your sleep. But is it micro cheating? Okay, so the experts, I'll read the long one. So the experts say, if you're going to be in a monogamous relationship with someone, the very least you can be allowed is porn and fantasy. I would actually agree that fantasies are safeguards against cheating, and this isn't cheating. It's very common, and lots of us do it. But it is a case of not being present. If it is a case of not being present for your partner, and you'd be surprised how many people can sense when your focus isn't on them, and even if they can't read your mind. So that's definitely something to think about if this is you. Okay, so I do understand some things over here, all right, but micro cheating, like don't push the boundaries, folks. Okay, we're not trying to push the boundaries, all right. I want to make that clear. Yeah, Bobby Style, once again, just put it correctly. Experts. I'm an expert of knowing everything about nothing at all. Hey, I get what you're saying. All right. So we're gonna find the next story, guys. This is a story that I've been wanting to do for a while. All right. It was. Hold on, let me pull it up. It was pretty interesting. It was about how women actually like they draw attention from men. All right. It's what was it? This from thoughtcatalog.com. Not like the THOT type of thought, the thinking type of thought. And it's titled 14 Women Describe Their Go-To Strategy for Getting Male Attention When They Crave it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and type that in. Yeah. For 14 women describe their go-to strategy. There it is. Close enough. All right. Close enough. All right, guys. So this is the story that I was talking to you guys about. So let's go ahead and go over it. All right. So let me fix this thing real quick. All right. Hey, Ben is here. Friends. Hello, Ben. Thank you for joining the stream. Okay. Let's go ahead and get right into this article. So, 14 women describe the go to strategy for getting male attention when they crave it. All right. And this is not a new article, actually. It's from 2015. So, let's go ahead and check it out. Okay. So, number one, wear lipstick to paint a truck. Okay. Anytime I need male attention, I just put on so much red lipstick. I pretty much need a paint gun to get it all on. I'm talking about basic fire engine red lipstick, but enough to paint a truck. Any guy who sees those puckered red lips and his blowjob sirens start screaming in his head. I can wake up in sweatpants with certain eyes and a nasty case of bad head, but if I shovel on to go outside, I pretty much have to be with a baseball bat. Kathy is you with us again. All right. All right. Let's hope that fixed it. Let's see. Uh-oh. Uh, on. What happened to my audio? Hello? Can anybody hear me? What's wrong with the? Is it working? I'm not sure what's wrong with the. What happened to my audio? Does it work? Okay, I guess it's working. Okay, my bad. All right, guys, looks like the audio is working. My bad. Okay. We got it fixed. False alarm is okay. False alarm. That was just a test. Okay, so number two. Let's continue on with the list. Number two, dab on some natural perfume. If I'm at a club or a bar and I want to attract men, I'll just go into the bathroom, stick my fingers up between my legs, and swirl my fingers around inside my kitty, then dab the moisture behind my ears and on my wrists. Works like a charm every time. Don't believe me? Try it. And that was by Rhea, who was 27 years old. Okay. Noise. All right. So, natural perfume. You know, guys, there is just nothing more attractive than the natural scent of like fish taco, you know? Guys just love that fish taco, you know? I'm just saying, you know? I'm being honest. Like I said, I'm all about being honest, you know? The natural perfume, you know, the fish taco. So yeah, you know, that really makes me wonder now. Okay, 27. We got 27. That's interesting. I never knew they would actually go to those depths, that level, to get female attention. Who would have known? All right, number three. Well, it's a scientific fact that men lose 50 IQ points at the mere hint of boobs. They can't help it. It's in their wiring. Poor little boys. So if I need an ego boost, I just cram my boobs into my tightest push-up bra and head out on the town. It's like presenting 2 jugs of fresh milk to a dozen starving alley cats. Like I said, they can't help it. Well, you see about that. If you are a man going his own way, we are actually well aware of your attention-seeking motives or whatever you want to call them, moves, whatever. We know you're desperate for attention. All right, we're not like we know that you're not flirting with us. You know, and we are well aware that you're just wanting to use us to inflate your ego. Okay, here at MGTOW Academy, my job is to just basically let my viewers know and my my students know that women, that like, this is what they're doing to get some attention. So I mean, you literally, like, no, I don't see, I don't get what you're doing this for, guys. Come on, are you like that desperate for attention? You're shoving. Let me know. Let me get this straight. You're shoving your fingers up your you know what, and you're literally dragging. You're wiping that stuff all over you. You're putting on a crap ton of lipstick, acting like that's gonna like turn guys on, and now you're wearing push-up bras, and that's just meh. Like you got anything better than that? Like, we're more about personality, okay? I don't know why you think we're entirely sex driven or something, but hey, whatever. All right, so let's go on to number 4. Any mention of sex. I don't care about makeup or plates or fingernail polish or high heel shoes or any of the other worn out tricks that girls use to try and snag a guy. All you have to do, trust me on this, it's been battle tested, is mention sex. No, I don't mean come out and say, I want to have sex with you. Just mention sex in any context. Talk about the mating habits of meerkats. Talk about how some poor girls can't even have orgasms. Talk about how at any given moment there are 100 million people having sex across the planet. Talk about how Americans are sexually repressed. And if you want to be really obvious, sigh and say, it's been a long time since you've had sex. But I'd counsel against the obvious approach. Just start with the meerkats and work at it from there. Okay. Well, I mean, are you really that? Well, okay then. So apparently, we lose 50 IQ points whenever girls say boobs, and then what else is it? What else was it? Oh yeah. Any mention of the word sex is supposed to immediately make us want to chase you. Well, that's not going to happen that much these days. Because remember, more men are going their own way each and every day. So you're like the chances of that stuff working in the future is just going to make you look like a whore. Oh wait, you are. Oh wait, crap, you are. My bad. My bad. All right, let's keep reading. Number 5, smile. What? Wait. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that, but let's see the reason as to why they're smiling. Okay. Number 5 is smile. Men have this thing in their brains where when you smile at them, the message they get is I'm happy. Oh, I'm sorry. The message they don't get is I'm happy. They hear I want to have tons of wild monkey sex with you right here on the bar. So if you want sexual attention from men, just smile at them. They are complete and utter suckers for it. I don't know. Guys who are watching this right now, do you think of sex when a woman smiles at you? Like, seriously, why would you think of sex if somebody smiles at you? That's insanely weird. If somebody just smiles at you like you're going to I don't know, McDonald's or something, and then there's like a female cashier. It says, "Hi, how are you doing?" And then she smiles at you. You get like an immediate boner. No, that's not how it works. Okay, who wrote this? Cindy. Cindy wrote this. She's 24. Cindy, no. No, Cindy, no, stop. We do not think of sex when you smile at us. That is not how we work. Okay? It is a smile. It makes us happy, not horny. This is ridiculous. Okay, number 6, touch him. Whew. All right, let's see this. When I want a man to sexually objectify me, let's be honest. What woman doesn't? So as long as she's attracted to the man in question. So, I mean, what? So, as long as they're attracted to that man or whoever it is, she wants to get sexually objectified. She wants to get sexually objectified. Oh my god. Okay. Let me see something right here, quick, guys. Female oh, won't you look at that? Female objectification. I'm looking up right now. I just typed in female, and then I looked up. I typed in OBJ, and then it's like there it is. Female objectification. All see, all here. But hey, I mean, they said it right here. that they want a man to sexually objectify me as long as they're attracted to that person. So I mean, whatever you want, ladies. I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, you might be bipolar. I don't know, but whatever you want, whatever you want. So I'll just give him a light touch. I'll gently tap his arm, clasp his hand for half a second, give him a playful shove, grab onto his shoulder, and say something sincere to him while looking straight into his eyes, or even something tiny like picking a piece of imaginary lint off of his shirt. Okay, so to sum up, by the way, to sum up what we have covered so far is that for women who are desperate for male attention, they literally put on a crap ton of lipstick on their lips. I mean, where else would they put it? Then they stick their fingers up their you know what, and then they wipe their fingers all over themselves, expecting for it to work. And apparently it does. And then they mention sex, they show off their boobs, and then they what else was it again? Oh yeah. They show the boobs, and now they're touching him. So now they have to resort to imaginary lint. They're resorting to imaginary lint. No, I'm not making this up. Like picking a piece of imaginary lint off of his shirt. Once you touched him, you broken that invisible force shield, and all of the things will come easy. Okay. For those of you who are just joined the stream right now, covering how women get attention from men, how desperate they are. So it's resort to touching him, sticking their fingers up their coochie, and dragging their fingers all over themselves, and mentioning sex and showing off the boobs. Have you guys noticed a pattern here? For those of you who are watching this right now, have you noticed a pattern? Okay, I don't see anything here regarding intelligence. Nothing here regards intelligence. It seriously doesn't. Nothing here regards intelligence. I mean, look, they're talking about, smiling, touching him, mentioning sex, using their boobs, using their pussy juices, and then try to like signal a blowjob. I mean, I don't see anything here that's like talking about, intelligence or being nice. You get our attention by just being nice to us. Oh man, you gotta be for real. You gotta be for real. Hey, looks like Deranged Pervert made it to the stream. Just joined. All right, cool, man. Oh, just getting started here. So let's see. We did 5, we did 6. We're moving on to the next one, which is number 7. We're halfway through the list, guys. It's at clumsy. All right. Spill or drop something in front of it. Oh, okay. Guys, I actually have a story I can share regarding this, and I believe that I'm pretty sure Deranged Pervert was here when I told that story last week. I'm not sure if he was or not. I can't really remember, but let's go on. So, act clumsy. Spill or drop something in front of him. Act like you tripped over his foot, or even spill something on him, and apologize profusely as you're rubbing it off him with a paper towel. Okay, so let me get this straight. You want to get our attention by dropping stuff on us and then wiping it off of us. So what you're basically telling me is that if there's a girl and she has the sudden urge to fill or feed her ego, and she's outside, she's just gonna like buy some water and just pour it on some random dude. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. That is ridiculous. Why would you do that? You're gonna make him hate you. You get attention, all right, not the attention you want, or maybe you do want it. Maybe you're just an attention whore. Maybe you do like the type of attention. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But let's see. Oh, okay. Wait. No. Don't even spill it on him. Spill it in front of him, right? Okay. So drop something in front of him, then bend over and pick it up so he gets an eyeful of your booty. So sorry, but guys don't want to see strong women. Julie, is it Julie? Yeah, Julie here has it right. Guys do not want to see strong women. You know why? Because it reminds us of men. We are attracted to feminine things, not masculine things. We don't like strong, independent women. Well, I mean, there's nothing like, we don't want somebody who's a literal baby that needs to completely depend on us, but we don't want to see some a female and a man combined together. Okay, yeah, you're right on that part. You are right on that part. I think for once we've actually found something here that I can agree on. Continuing on. They want to see clumsy girls who have trouble figuring out directions out of their own driveway, and if you got clumsy and helpless, you'll trigger status inside him. I guess that means that women may actually be intelligent. They're just faking their stupidity. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I'm just but seriously though, okay. So I said I was going to share a story regarding this. So remember the eye full of the booty part. I actually shared a story related to this last week, for the MGTOW Academy Show Live. It was about in my algebra class, right? So me and my friend Marshall, we were working on this project, and we had to go up and turn the project, like it was where we had to make up acronyms. Okay, we had to make up acronyms for algebraic equations or something like that, right? So for example, you have for math, you have PEMDAS, parentheses, equations, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. That would be an example of a way to remember some sort of an equation or whatever it may be, right? So we had to make these up, and we went up to the teacher, right? And how it's set up is that he was sitting at the front of the room at one of those U-shaped desks where the teacher's in the middle, but we were sitting at our normal desk. So we all went up to the end of the room, and me and Marshall, we were going up to that. We were going up to the teacher, right? And then this other girl, she was coming from the other side of the room, whatever, and she literally ran right in front of us just to show off her ass, apparently, because that's what we want to do. Look, I'm an algebra class woman. I'm an algebra class. I don't want to see your thought ass or whatever it is. Okay, I want to turn this stuff in and get it over with because I don't like algebra. Okay. No offense to my algebra teacher. He's a pretty nice guy, but I'm just not. No, algebra is not my thing. You showing off your thought ass in front of my face and me and my friend Marshall face? No, we don't want to see that crap. Okay. Now, of course, I was like my MGTOW mindset, if that makes sense, just kicked in. And I was like, oh wait, no. I know this stuff. I know this. So she's trying to get my attention. I know. No. You're not gonna get it. All right. You're not gonna get it like that because I'm not that type of a guy. I mean, sure, I like seeing ass, but that's not how it. You don't. That's not what I'm attracted to. I'm not attracted to thoughts. I'm attracted to intelligent people. But hey, those people don't exist anymore. Intelligent people, they're like those species have gone extinct. Thank you, MRSHL. Wait a minute. Wait, is that you? Marshall, is that you? Oh, a second. I want to see something. Is that actually Marshall? I think my friend Marshall is actually in the live chat right now. Well, hello, Marshall. Okay, so anyways, it immediately kicked into my mind. Oh yeah, hey, it is Marshall. Everybody who's watching this right now, the guy who I was just talking about, that's Marshall. Hello, Marshall. All right, so that was just another story, and this clumsy part that just reinforces it. All right, all right, let's move on. Well, now I got my friend Marshall watching, so I have to make a good impression, right? I have to make a good impression for Marshall. All right, so that's number 7. By the way, Marshall, we were just going over these interesting things. It was about how women get attention, their go-to strategy for getting attention from men. And to sum it up so far, what we have is that they wear a crap ton of lipstick. They stick their fingers up their and then they wipe it all over themselves, thinking that we're attracted to that fresh smell of, what is it again? Fish taco. They think we're attracted to that. No. Then what else is it? Showing off their boobs, mentioning sex. They think that smiling's gonna turn us on. Last time that I recalled, smiling isn't really like a fetish. Like, just go go on a Pornhub and type in the word smiling. I don't think you're gonna find any like weird smiling videos, because last time I checked, smiling isn't supposed to turn you guys on, But hey, I want to say that. Then what else is it? Touching him. You know what I've noticed there? Nothing in this list involves, I don't know, being smart, being nice, being courteous, or any of that kind of stuff. It involves nothing like that. It's all about utilizing their exterior assets, their physical assets, like literally using their boobs, literally using their ass. No. Okay. Like Look, it's fine, but like, don't you have anything else? Like anything up in your head to use? Like you can't use anything in your head? Come on. So, okay, we got number 7 now. Let's go on to number 8. All right, number 8. Twirl your hair. Nothing says push me down and fuck me right here to a guy better than playing with your hair while you're talking to him. You could be talking about string theory and particle physics, but if you play with your hair while you're doing it, you can pretty much lead him around by his dick like he's a dog on a leash. That was by Mara, who's 27. Okay, so apparently, hair is the answer to sex. I guess, you know. I mean, if you know, according to this, if a girl twirls her hair, she can supposedly just control me like a dog. You know, I mean, whatever. If you say so. Okay, I'm not a physics expert like this woman is apparently, but I don't know. Making eye contact. Oh, making eye contact. Do you mean basic social skills? Oh, okay, guys, this just in. Basic social skills is actually something that women use to get attention from men. Yeah, wow. Okay. Basic social skills, also known as making eye contact. Look him straight in the eyes and do not break eye contact. Pretend that your eyes are to burn an imaginary hole in the back of his head. And then when he's looking back, arch one of your eyebrows seductively. And then you can pretty much lead him into the bedroom by his necktie. All right, guys. I mean, okay. So you make eye contact, but at the same time, you got to avoid it. You know what I mean? That's how things work. You got to make the eye contact, but you got to avoid the eye contact. So, yes. All right. So, despite the fact that you were literally just told to make eye contact, now you got to avoid eye contact. Stare at him until he notices that you're staring. Then the minute he looks at you, look away and pretend that you ashamed that he caught you checking him out. Okay. That's a bit awkward for me because like if you're staring at me, that is a bit weird. But okay, whatever. So now if a girl is staring at me, I know that it's obviously for attention, right? Okay, thank you, Belinda. Okay, compliment him. You can compliment him. Oh, you mean common courtesy, being nice? Oh, okay. Wow, what a surprise. So compliment him about anything, no matter how mundane. There's suckers for it. If you compliment a man, what he hears is, I want to f you right now. You could be in the middle of saying, hey, that's a really nice jacket. And he already has half of his clothes off. I mean, whenever someone gives you a compliment, you're okay. So I am a weird person, and Marshall knows that, right? Whenever somebody compliments me, I don't just take my clothes off. You know, they're like imagine if Marshall saw me at school one day and it's like, hey, Andrew, those are some nice pants. Those are some nice jeans you got. I'm like, oh, thanks, Marshall. Let me just take my pants off. No, that is not how it works, women. No, we do not take our, clothes off or whatever. We compliment us. We say thank you. Okay? Like, somebody just compliments you. Hey, MGTOW Academy, that's some nice jeans you got there. All right, thank you. Takes his jeans off. I mean, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Exactly. Like deranged pervert put it in the live chat. She wants you to qualify yourself to her. It's about leverage in a negotiation. All right. Giggling. So giggle. Even if it makes you sound like an idiot. No, actually, especially if it makes you sound like an idiot. There will be plenty of time to show him how smart you are once you've captured him. But if you want to cast a net that's sure to ensnare him, giggle like you're too dumb to get the joke, but are laughing anyway. Yeah, I know it's insulting to both parties, but hey, I don't make the rules. I just report them. So apparently now, if a woman giggles, you can't trust them. So guys, remember, if a woman's giggling, you can't trust them. It's a trap. Okay, if they laugh, if they're giggling, it is a trap. Yes. Okay, smirk. When I'm hungry for some male attention, I just put a smirk on my face like I know sexual secrets about everybody in the room. It's like magic. It's like I'm a snake charmer and suddenly all the snakes are setting at attention facing me. Guys find it unbearably sexy. I've seen myself doing it in bar mirrors, and I have to admit, it's pretty sexy. Okay, so if you got a smirk on your face, hey Master Menos. Hey Master Menos, thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, I am proud. It's been 1 year since MGTOW Academy launched its first video to the world. So yeah, it's been a great 1 year, guys. So for those of you who have been supporting me, Thank you for the continued support. It's greatly appreciated. But anyways, listen. So for those of you who are just joining the stream right now, we're going over a list of how women use strategies to capture male attention. So apparently, if you're just sitting in a room and you smirk, and and to many more, yes, agreed. To many more, and to many more, yes. But anyways, if you so this Ashley, who is 21, says that if you're in a room or whatever, right, and you put on a smirk, apparently men are the guys find that smirk unbearably sexy. You know, I don't know about you guys, but if there's just someone sitting in a room and they just put on a smirk on their face, I'm gonna think that they got some mental issues or they farted and they're just waiting for someone to smell it. That's what I think. Because why would you just sit in a room and smirk for no reason? Like maybe you thought of a really funny meme at the wrong time, or maybe you farted and you just waiting for someone to smell it. Because that's what I think. I mean, you're just sitting there and you smirk, but apparently it's supposed to be unbearably sexy. So whatever. Smirking is now unbearably sexy by the laws of physics. Yes. Final one. Sitting alone at a bar. Okay, this is, even though it's short, it demonstrates a good point because it shows that women are actually self-aware. They're aware of the fact that they literally have a buffet of a buffet of men to choose from. Look, sit alone at a bar. Are you kidding? If a girl wants to get laid, all she has to do is sit at a bar alone. If a guy sits alone at a bar, people move away from him. But if a girl does, it's like bees to honey. That was by Crystal, who was 24. Guys, this shows that they know that they can get sex easy, and they know it. They know it. Yeah, this isn't just like something that they're unaware of. They are aware of it. This is freaking little proof right here. Whew. Okay, guys. So that is 14 hectic ways that women get attention from men when women crave it. And by the way, I want to cover this one more time for those of you who have just joined the stream. It's called natural perfume. All right, so I want to cover this one more time just to make sure everyone is aware that the perfume that you might be smelling on a woman is not, it may not be perfume after all. So, natural perfume. If I'm at a club or a bar and I want to attract men, I'll just go into the bathroom, stick my fingers between my legs, and swirl my fingers around my kitty, and then dab the moisture behind my ears and on my wrists. It works like a charm every time. Don't believe me? Well, try it. You see, yeah, okay. Anytime, I'm not going near the perfume department at stores anymore because I'm uncomfortable because of that. Thank you, guys. Okay, well, there's that. Let's see what we can cover next. By the way, if you guys have any articles or any topics that you want me to discuss, like if there's like a current issue that you want me to talk about, or if there's any ideas you want me to discuss, feel free to let me know in the live chat. I'll be happy to discuss it. That's what I'm here for. If there's any articles, be sure to post it in the live chat or just type up the name or whatever you want to do. So let's see. We got a choice of articles. One about men depression. Why aren't more men working? Let me see. Oh. All right. Disappearing male worker. There's a bunch of stories here, guys. By the way, if you have anything you want me to cover, just let me know because I'd appreciate that. Oh, feminists work harder at math and more likely to sacrifice men. Wow. Okay. I think we should do that one, right? All right, we'll do that one. All right, so we're doing this next article. It's about how feminists apparently work harder at math and that they're more likely to sacrifice men. All right, let's go ahead and check it out. This is actually a pretty cool story. All right, so okay. All right, I think we're good. So, yeah, here it is. This is by Newsweek.com. No. It's not what I wanted. No. Okay, good. This is it right here, folks. All right, so feminists work harder at math and are more likely to sacrifice men, study says. Ooh, all right. So what they're saying is that women that the feminists are more likely to sacrifice men. Who would have ever guessed? Feminists, really, feminists are better than men. That's what they've always been telling us, but I know it's not true. However, may also cause these women to react more hard. What? No way. No way. Feminist ideologies to react harshly towards men. Who would have ever guessed? The study posted in the what is it now? Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin explored how identifying as a feminist influenced women. I know. I'm not a part of the what is it? Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin. I'm not a part of that, but I'll tell you what. Feminist women in a good way. Okay. Okay, so their sexual market value, it drops to a negative number. Okay. So I think it's 1 to 2 tons. And they just turn into monsters, inhumane monsters, the subhuman monsters, subhuman. All right. So what is it here? The team had female volunteers, both who identified strongly as feminists and those who did not, to take a series of tests. The first test was designed to explore how gender stereotypes affect women's math skills. Math is typically seen as a man's subject, and studies suggest that because of this, girls often underperform in this class, according to The Guardian. For the test, the women were given increasingly hard math questions and finally one math equation that was impossible to solve, according to the scientists. The women were also shown images of men and women performing gender stereotypical tasks, such as women cleaning and men fishing, to help remind them of gender stereotypes. The results showed that feminists spent more time trying to complete the more difficult math questions and the impossible one. All right, let's continue reading. All right, so it's the exposure to stereo. Oh God, what is it? Okay, all right. Sometimes the web pages it randomly like jumps, so I do apologize about that in advance. But let's continue reading. All right, so it's the exposure to stereotypes that makes feminists harsher to men, while counter stereotypes make them kinder to men. Study author Jolyon Van Breen of Exeter University told New Scientist. Research shows that gender stereotypes not are only harmful to girls' success, but they can also affect their health. For example, the idea that girls are weak and that are sexual objects, it puts them at risk for great harm. They're at a greater risk for HIV and STIs and child marriage. They are at far, far, far more at risk of gender-based violence. Gender-based violence. I don't know. Gender-based violence. It is actually true that men. I'm not sure. I want to research this. Okay, so let's see if I can get a definition. Gender-based violence. What is this? I want to see what it is. I do know that it is true, however, that men, there's this false assertion demonstrated in mainstream entertainment that it's men who are always the perpetrators or the assaulters or whatever it may be in domestic violence, right? So let's see. Oh, okay. Gender-based violence is violence against women. Okay, so let me get this straight here. So women are more likely to fall victim. They're at a greater risk of gender-based violence. Yet the definition is violence against women. What do you expect? It's just okay. Maybe there's something wrong there, but I don't get that. That's a bit confusing. Now that is very confusing, but we're going to continue reading. Okay, so Robert Blum, a pediatrician and professor of public health at Johns Hopkins University, who led the research on Jeff told NPR, And also the idea that boys are strong makes them inclined to drink, smoke, and use drugs at a younger age. Oh boy. Once again, we have the attack on masculinity. I want you to look at that. All right. So, also, the idea that boys are strong makes them inclined to drink, smoke, and use drugs at a younger age. So, the idea that boys are strong. So, the idea that boys are strong, it's the idea of masculinity, the idea of manliness. That's where masculinity comes from. Okay? So, they're not saying it, they're just rewording it. This is a masculinity that we have been talking about for the longest time now. So they're saying that because of masculinity, boys are inclined to drink, smoke, and use drugs at a younger age. Well, I mean, not really, because called superheroes or whatever, using drugs that much or whatever. And yes, like I understand that there are scenes like that, and I get that. But if you want to stop boys from drinking, smoking, and using drugs at a younger age, I suggest that you invest more money in effective anti drug campaigns. It is not, I repeat, it is not masculinity. And they reworded it here. They didn't say masculinity, but they just reworded it. The idea that boys are strong, they just reworded it. Okay. They changed the words around. It's the same thing. Masculinity is not to blame for drinking, smoking, and use of drugs. Okay. I could see how it would push boys to do that, but that's not what it's about. Okay, that's like a drug. That's like a drug culture thing or a smoking thing, an alcohol thing. That's not what masculinity is. Okay, create effective anti-drug campaigns and anti-alcohol campaigns or whatever it is to teach men and young boys to not do drugs and not smoke or whatever's at a young age. Okay, do that. Don't attack masculinity. Okay, that's not the right answer. I promise you, it's not the right answer. All right, so let's continue reading. The new research on gender stereotypes and the protection that feminism may offer can help us better minimize harm from all forms of stereotypes. I think that's it actually, right? Oh god, that was a short article. So apparently feminists are better at men than math, I guess. And masculinity is to blame for men's problems. So yeah, guys, yeah, blame masculinity. You know, it's obviously masculinity's fault, right? So there's that. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, I think I remember this one. It was this thing. This is it. So it's from the Montreal Gazette, and the story is titled "McGill Music Student Awarded $350,000 After Girlfriend Stalls Career." Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so um, it was McGill University. Actually, yeah, we'll do the Montreal. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can find it. No, we can't. No, we can't. Okay, fine. It's okay. We'll do this one. Um. All right. I don't do CTV news because they purposely avoided men as the leading demographic in male suicide. CTV, whatever. I can't do anything else. Let's go ahead and get into the actual story, guys. All right. So, deranged pervert said in the live chat, the main issue is that society is gynocentric because the egg is more valuable than the sperm. Therefore, men are expendable and meant to dominate each other. Exactly. Good point. Women are valuable. That's how society views them. And men aren't. That's why we're always trying to compete against each other. And that's why our problems are ignored. You know, nobody cares about male suicide. Nobody cares about us leading work-related deaths. You know why? It's because we're expendable. We're disposable. We are replaceable. Okay, if one of us dies, people pretend to care, but they really don't, because you get replaced by another guy. All right, it's seriously not a big deal. You get replaced. and people don't realize that. Okay, it's like worrying about a problem for a disposable item. It's disposable. You're not going to use it again. Why would you care about a problem regarding that disposable item? And that's the exact situation that men are facing these days. So, good point, deranged pervert. You made a really great point. So, we're going to move on to the next story here. Former McGill student wins $350,000 lawsuit after ex tries to derail music career. Okay. A former McGill student won a lawsuit against his ex girlfriend after she successfully plotted to derail his career as a promising concert clarinetist. In a lawsuit filed in Ontario's Superior Court, Eric Abramovotis, I believe this is Abramovotis, said Jennifer Junian Lee had deleted an email addressed to him in which he was offered a full scholarship. This is a full scholarship to the Colburn Conservatory of Music in Los Angeles, California. Using Abramotive's email, Lee declined the offer in an apparent bid to force him to stay close to her. She then created a fake email address in which she impersonated Gilad, writing to Abramotive and saying that he had not been accepted for the full scholarship, knowing he could not attend the school under that condition. At Colburn, Abramotive would have studied directly under world-renowned clarinetist Yehuda Gilad. Several years later, Abramotive was able to study under Gilad under a certificate program. The musician, who only accepts 2 students per year, inquired why Abramotive had turned down the opportunity to study with him, and thus revealing the ruse. In his ruling, Judge D.L. Corbett Jr. called Lee's conduct despicable and sufficiently blameworthy to merit awards of punitive and aggravated damages. In total, the judge awarded Abramotive that name is confusing. Excuse me, Abramotive $350,000, saying the amount represented the court's revulsion at having a closely held personal dream snatched from him by a person that he trusted. And Lee never. Okay, so let's get this here. Lee never actually showed up to court to defend herself. So the judgment it was therefore defaults. So she's not even taking responsibilities for her actions. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. Good point, Deranged Pervert. Deranged Pervert made a great point. In reality, talking about how the men disposable part. In reality, we are better than we are portrayed to be or whatever. Okay, we're not as bad as the media portrays us. We're not as bad as we're believed to be or whatever. No, okay, we are so much more valuable than that, and that's where MGTOW comes in. Okay, that is where MGTOW comes in, right? I want to see something real quick. Well, I think it's fine, right? Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. Do you guys have any topics that you want to discuss right now, or what? Like, if you guys want to talk about anything or whatever it may be, like, is there like a topic or something? Oh, okay. By the way, guys, I actually may be getting onto Spotify in the upcoming future. So, I'm not sure if anybody here uses Spotify, but I may be getting on. There's not a guarantee, and the review process does take a while, but there is a chance that I will be on Spotify. It'll be under the podcast section for Spotify. And I do know a couple of people personally who listen to Spotify, so that is a pretty good bonus, if you will, because I mean, it's a pretty popular platform. So getting on a Spotify would be pretty cool. So yeah, there's that. I don't know. I don't think there's any other stuff that we can cover. I'm not aware of anything else that can be covered. Micro cheating, families that work, why there are more men working. Yeah, guys. I don't think there's anything else to cover for the show. If there's anything, the news topics are cool. Thank you, Drage Perfect. I do appreciate that. Do you guys have like any suggestions that you want to like just like if there's any like topics you want to discuss or anything? or whatever it is, because I'm not talking about it, but I don't really have anything else to discuss. So it's up to you guys right now. If there's like something you want to discuss, you can let me know, or I might have to shut it down. You know what? Before we do anything else, I'm gonna check social blade real quick. Okay, I want to see how MGTOW Academy do. How MGTOW Academy is doing. Right? See social blade. Aha, there we are. There we are. Let's see how MGTOW Academy is doing on social blade. Nope, it's up in here. So do then we'll do Academy. All right, so MGTOW Academy. We'll see how we're doing. Uh, there we are. 61 uploads. Wow. 61 uploads goes by pretty fast. So we're doing pretty good, except for the C rating, but I don't know, whatever. That's the ranking against my whole database. And then subscriber rank, yearly ads. By the way, if anybody does want to donate to the Patreon, you don't have to, but it's optional. If you want to donate to the Patreon, you can. You don't have to. It's an optional thing, but some people in the last live stream were wondering, and I was like, well, I mean, if you want it, here you go. So there's that. Let's see the future projections for MGTOW Academy to see how things are playing out. 4 months. I wonder how long it'll be until we get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm just wondering. Thousands in 147 days. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, guys. So I guess that there's nothing else to cover for tonight's show. Looks like we're gonna go ahead and shut it down here. I'll go ahead and turn off the screen share feature. So for those of you who have joined me for the past, I don't know how long we've been live. It's been over an hour for sure. I think it's almost an hour and a half, an hour 20 something minutes maybe. So for those of I do have a Bitcoin address actually. I think I do have it, right? Oh, not now. I don't see it here. Oh yeah. I do have a Bitcoin address. Uh, but I don't have it posted in the about section right now. So I mean, if you want to donate to Bitcoin, let's see if I can get something set up. But whatever, it's okay. Donations are optional and they're not required. So guys, I'd like to thank you for joining me on the show. It's been a pleasure making MGTOW content for you guys for the past year. I've really enjoyed the process. I met some great guys online. I've learned a lot from the MGTOW community. It's made me a much better person. And this is just 1 year. This is this is nothing compared to what I'm hoping for. I hope to keep MGTOW Academy running as long as I'm able to produce content. That will be a very, very long time. So I look forward to working with you guys, putting out content, and creating some productive discussions here. You should expect my next podcast to drop soon. And I'm just looking to, go on more platforms. I'm trying to get a backup platform set up. And then I'm working on a lot of stuff like behind the MGTOW stuff. Maybe on other videos I'll send some Satoshi's. Okay. I'm not is that like a foreign currency or something? So what is it? Satoshi's? Is that a foreign currency? Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not really familiar with cryptocurrencies that much. But anyways, guys, I'd like to thank you for joining me on the stream. It's been a pleasure. This will be archived as a podcast on all platforms that the MGTOW Academy Show is on. So yeah, guys, I will see you tomorrow because I do have daily content coming out now. So remember, man, that it's a dangerous world out there. So be sure to keep taking your daily doses of red pills and to stay safe. This is MGTOW Academy signing off. Everybody, have a good night.